What about medicinal marijuana and marijuana in general?
So I have a shiur about it on the internet, and you could just type my name on the internet, Yaron Reuven, marijuana or drugs or something like that, and you'll see a whole shiur about marijuana. But we've asked this question, but I'll answer you anyway, because just for the sake of you having something to go home with. The first commandment in the 10 Commandments, HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells us that He took us out of Egypt. Then He tells us in the second commandment that we're not allowed to have any other God. Then He tells us to not use His name in vain. So the first 3 commandments tell us that we have a certain set of responsibilities of where we spend our time, how we even spend where our mind is, and so on and so forth. And the Chachamim explained to us that we are not allowed to intentionally alter our state of mind. And the reason why is because you have to know that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is next to you at all times. Not just when you go to the Beit Knesset, not just when you learn Torah, not just when you're eating and doing Birkat HaMazon, not even just when you're putting tefillin on. At all times Hashem is next to you, which means if He's next to you, you have to be prepared. Now, that means you have to be prepared to talk to the King of Kings. You have to be able to talk to Him. You have to be able to pray to Him. You have to be learn Torah. If a person really has that in his mind, they're not going to want to alter their state of mind. Now, if a person alters their state of mind electively, Rav Moshe Feinstein, alav shalom, says somebody that alters their state of mind by taking drugs, whether it be marijuana or any other type of drug, electively, for fun, they are considered a ben sorer umoreh. A ben sorer umoreh, the Torah says, is a wayward child that would be given the death penalty. So that means that that person is violating the 10 Commandments because he's altering his state of mind. He's putting himself literally in a state of mind that he's not able to talk to Hashem. It's like, for example, if you're going to get a job, all of you guys, I'm assuming, want to work one day and make a lot of money probably, right? What do you want to do when you grow up?
I'd like to own an oil tanker or a car.
Oh, so you want to be a billionaire, not just a millionaire.
A millionaire.
Oh, okay. Multi-millionaire. Not just 1 million, multi. Okay. Now, on the way to become a multi-millionaire, you're going to have a boss at some point, probably, right? And at some point, you're going to have big customers too. Now imagine you're going to a meeting with the biggest customer in the world. You're going to meet, I don't know, Exxon or something. You're going to meet the best of the best. Now, are you going to go to that meeting high? No, right? Why not?
Because I want 100% consciousness.
You want them to know that you're all there with them. You want them to respect you because of who you are, and not some mushroom that you have in your head, and you look at the guy, he looks like an elephant sometimes, and no. You want to know, I'm here, he's here, we're going to do some business together. Now, that customer one day is going to turn to nothing. Why? He's flesh and blood. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is always going to be here. He's the King of Kings. We have to know that we are meeting Him, whether we want to or not, at all times. So when a person alters their state of mind, they're disrespecting the King of Kings. Much more important than the customer of all customers. Now, on the other hand, the second part of your question is, what about medicinal marijuana? Meaning marijuana that somebody needs for medical reasons, because they have some type of disease. It could be arthritis, it could be cancer, it could be all types of Hashem Yirachem, terrible diseases that have a lot of pain. Now, Baruch Hashem, you are in luck. I'm an expert in pain. I've been experiencing it every day of my life for the last 17 years. So now, I know a little bit about this. Now, the good news is about pain is that there are treatments for pain. Not all treatments alter your state of mind. Yes, you can use marijuana to help your pain. Some people it helps them, some people it doesn't. Some people it just gets them high, but they still have the pain. Some people it helps them. So they get high, and they don't have the pain anymore. But the good news is that HaKadosh Baruch Hu does not want us to sin. So what did He do? He gave somebody the idea. He's like, you know what? Why don't you take out the THC part that gets people high, take it out, take the CBD, and give them just the medicine. That way, you can get rid of the pain without getting high. And even more so, convince the government to make it illegal and sell it in CVS stores. There you go. So if somebody really wants it for medicinal reasons, they can get it for medicinal reasons without getting high, which means that anybody that's taking it for medicinal reasons and still getting high, guess what? They want to get high. They want to get high. And for that, there's a punishment. There's a special chamber. It's nice and hot. I'm waiting. Point being, Abotai, it's not good for you. It's not good for you for a lot of reasons. Aside from the sin, I know a lot of people. I know I'm much older than all of you. I know a lot of kids that when I grew up, marijuana was very common and not any different from today. Kids would smoke in schoolyards and from ages of 10, 11 years old, 13, 14, 15, all ages. And they had no shame about it, and they did it every single day. I know one kid named Chicho, something like that. Cheeto, something like that, whatever his name was, in New York. And this kid literally was always smoking. And one day we're on the bus, and I asked him, like, listen, doesn't it feel like weird to you to be high all the time? He said, no, I smoke so much that for me to be not high is not normal. For me not to be high is not normal. He said, I got you. The high is the normal for me now. I don't know if he's still alive. I doubt it. But I can promise you that he cannot do a calculation of 15 times 15. How many of you can do 15 times 15 in your head? How many of you can do 15 times 15 in your head? How many of you can do 10 times 10 in your head? 9 times 9. 7 times 7. 325 divided by 5. Okay, all of this stuff you're supposed to be able to do naturally. Why? You have a fantastic brain. Rabotai, you have a fantastic brain that even if you don't think that you have a high IQ, even if you took a test that says you are like a half a moron, by the way, your brain has more wiring in it than all of the technology in the world combined. Every time you smoke drugs, regardless of what they are, it's destroying that wiring. It's killing that wiring, and it's literally making you stupid. Unfortunately, those brain cells don't regenerate. So what happens? Now it's not a big deal. One cigarette after another, then another joint, another bowl, another this, another that. I know, but I wasn't born yesterday. I know. Don't worry. Now what happens? In the beginning, it's not a big deal. In the beginning, you feel like it's even making you smarter. Well, guess what? By the time you get to my age, all of a sudden you forget people's names. All of a sudden you don't even know where you are. All of a sudden the feeling you had that was kind of cool when you were 18 becomes standard, and it's not cool. It's not cool at all. Why? Because you get fired for stuff like that. Because they ask you, how come you didn't meet the deadline? Oh, I forgot we had a deadline. What do you mean you forgot? $5 million is depending on this deadline, and you forgot? What, are you high? No, but I used to smoke. Oh, used to smoke, now's the results. So if you want to get yourself to a level of stupidity, continue smoking. It's also a sin, but it's also going to make you stupid. Now I know you're going to say, yeah, but there's a lot of really smart people that smoke. Yeah, there are a lot of really smart people that smoke. They would be smarter if they didn't.